Hey, it's Joseph here. Today I've got a box from Neewer and it is called X11, which is a teleprompter with built-in TM8 monitor. It is sort of a generic box, so there's not a lot to see here. So we've got a picture of the teleprompter and it does note that it offers the app control, HD display, and then PC and Mac controls are possible. Then on the back, it shows the serial number and the model name. So let's go ahead and open it up. So we've got a paper about warning, another piece of paper. Here is an instruction manual and cleaning cloth and a bunch of other things, including silica gel. Here's the cable that they were talking about. This cable is something a bit particular, so we're gonna have to work out this. You can see that one end is mini HDMI and then USB Type-C for the power. So this is like a combo side. And then the other end is USB Type-A, and then it's got this kind of rectangular thing in here. That's probably to transfer the display. That's my guess. So we're gonna have to test this bit out later, and let's see the rest. We've got this thing, and this is where the camera is gonna be mounting, going to attach to the back of the teleprompter. Why don't I take everything out so that we can see things easily on the desk. This is the front of the glass. This is some sort of mounting accessory for perhaps different type of recording device, such as a webcam. And here's a plate that goes against the camera. And here is the cover that kind of covers the lens so that you have no light leaks. Here's a cable. This one is USB Type-C to C, so this is the most idealistic type of connection. So if you're connecting your laptop, tablet, or phone, this would be the way to do it. In my case, I'm actually going with a computer, so I'm gonna do perhaps a little more tricky or finicky connection of this cable. And then here is the actual display. Pretty big display, a couple of mounting points, the brightness control, and then the mirroring, mini HDMI port, 2 Type-C ports in here. Maybe you can have 2 different sources. I think that's my best guess. And right now is a good moment to kind of go over my current setup and what I'm looking to achieve. Right now, you are seeing me through a teleprompter. The camera that is looking through a piece of glass that's angled. I have a piece of screen underneath it, so it reflects the screen onto the glass, and there's a lens sitting behind it, so it is seeing me through the glass, but it is also reflecting the screen that is underneath the glass, therefore I can read the glass. But there are a couple of things that we have to overcome through this. One is that the screen has to be mirrored image because it is going to be mirrored onto here, therefore I can read the text. Unless you are trained to read mirrored text, I can't do that. So that's what I'm trying to achieve, and that's what I have here already. I have purchased various devices and kind of piecemealed it all together. It ended up being a lot more expensive than this one. I believe this is somewhere around $200. Currently, this teleprompter is going for $249.99, and there is a 30% off sale. Therefore, it is there and there about $200. But the piecemealed version of mine, it is not necessarily the sturdiest configuration that I've got. The glass is not as big. The screen is not as big. So it is needless to say that this is basically going to solve my problem and potentially yours as well. But teleprompters are important because if I were to look at my own image, especially like the camera, I'm off to the side, and if I look at it, I don't make a proper eye contact with you. And if I were to look at the lens, I'm kind of trained to do so, therefore I always look at the lens, or I try to at least, but it is not sort of human nature to look at a black lens. So you always end up looking at a screen where your image is, or if you're doing streaming, then you're gonna look at the chats that are off to the side, so you don't necessarily make an eye contact with the video. So it is kind of a difficult habit to get into, especially if you have some sort of script or something that you want to read through. Then I have to look at the screen, which is off to the side. Often I got a bunch of monitors, so that's why I'm kind of pointing at various monitors. But I could be looking at this monitor over here, and then I can read off of it, but I'm not making an eye contact with you, and that doesn't look professional. So if you want to maintain the professional look, then I gotta look at the lens. And if I do that, I can't read the text that is off to the side. So you wanna show the text right there on top of the lens. So that's what the teleprompter achieves to do. It's great for script reading, being able to monitor class, streaming sessions for you to be able to read the chat. So for content creators or streamers, people who's doing a lot of video content, this is quite useful. And that's why I've had my DIY solution, but finally, I'm getting a proper solution. Well, the sensible thing would be to read the manual, but I want to attempt assembling this without reading one. Wish me luck. And if I can figure this out without reading a manual, then I would say this is pretty easy to do. There seems to be like a hole that's here. So I'm just gonna line that up, and it just snapped in. Perfect. And if you need to take that out again, if you just pull this, so there are 3 nubbins in here, and then there is also this blue knob that you can pull, and that becomes a little lock that is positioned in here. As soon as you lower it and insert into these grooves, that blue lock basically locks on. That pushes in and it no longer moves. And then there is a button over here to adjust the glass, lower or above. Depending on your lens angle, you may have to angle things a little bit. I'm gonna go with the most vertical angle for now, and it is gonna offer this 45-degree, and your screen is gonna be here and reflecting off to the mirror, and then the lens is going to look straight forward to me. And I understand that this bit is going to be sort of the skirt that goes around the lens. It's best if I actually use a camera, right? So here is normal DSLR Canon M6 Mark II that I've been using as a B cam. Here's the mounting point, and you can see there is this blue knob here. As I turn this, I can move it and slide this along this track here. And also here is a quick mounting plate that is looking like F38 quick mounting plate. And here is also a lock and unlock button. So I'm gonna see how I can unlock this. Okay, I unlocked it by pushing it up, and once I did that, I just squeeze this and then it released this mounting plate. And this is looking very similar to the Falcam F38 mounting plate that I have. I wonder if they are compatible. It looks dimensionally the same. Yeah, it does seem to work. So if you have F38 Falcam plate like I do, then you can certainly use that. Anyway, so on the camera mounting point, you're just going to locate that, screw that in. There is a little knob here that you can open there. And then after tightening it, I'm going to basically push that so that everything is flat. And as I push down, it is going to lock in position. Again, I can use the knob on the side, push this down, and then now I can slide it forward and backwards. So forwards like this, and then all I need to do is get this skirt around the lens so that the lens is looking into the darkness. I do need to remove the lens cover, and I did that. I'm gonna move forward more so that the lens is as close to the glass as possible. And then there is this pull tab to make sure that the skirt has been squeezed so that there's no light leakage. So on the front, basically it should look like a mirror. If I put my hand below it, you can see my hand. Therefore, I can read anything that is happening. And I believe this plate over here is for smartphone mounting. This one is for webcam mounting, which in both cases I won't be using. And then I also wanted to assemble this monitor. You can see that there is a little notch there, and there is a latch over here which you can pull to release. Otherwise, I suppose you can just push the screen in, and there is a little nubbin that is going to insert into 2 of these holes that are here. So I just line it up. And yep, it's assembled. Okay, so that's pretty much it. At the bottom here, I don't think anything's gonna fall out at this point. Everything has been locked in. There are two different mounting points. This is a 1/4 inch. I believe this is a 5/8, which is bigger than 1/4. Having a bit more robust connection point is helpful because this whole gear can be a little bit heftier than what you're used to, or the camera weight alone. And here are two cold shoe mounting points for you to have any microphone attached to it. And also here I am seeing this little flap, and I'm not sure how to open this without excessive force. Oh, okay. So I guess that is the downside of not looking at the manual. And you can see that this has sort of snapped in position. Notice how there are two different knobs here. So this one actually allows you to push and adjust the elevation of the camera, and then there is another knob over here that you turn to release this so that you can push the camera forward and backward. There's a lot of adjustability that is available with this. And by the way, I'm going to be mounting my entire thing onto a monitor arm that is meant for camera mounting position. However, if you're planning on doing all of this on a tripod, then I do have this tripod, and this is one of those tripod that actually has a 5/8 of a mounting point. I'm gonna be using that 5/8 of an inch and mount it on here. Maybe I should have thought this a little bit more through and not twist the entire setup into it, but oh well. Okay, that is on. So for demonstration purposes, why don't I use laptop so that I can use USB Type-C display connection. One end of the cable into the laptop that offers display output, and then the other end onto the USB Type-C port of the monitor, and see what it shows me. Power saving. All right, so it's looking like it is showing me the windows. It would be easier if I were to look into this straight on. How about we compromise? This is a video about Neewer X11 Teleprompter that I would like to introduce to you. As I read this text, I'll be able to make the eye contact and look professional. The image isn't as clear because I got a protector on the screen as well as the glass, but I don't want to take that off again until I mount it there. So something that I did want to test out was, what if I was to connect to a computer that doesn't have USB-C display output, which will be the case for my main setup. So take this USB Type-C cable out and then use the included cable that they had sent us. So USB Type-C goes onto the USB Type-C port. Mini HDMI goes into mini HDMI port here. And then we are going to provide both the power and display out of USB Type-A, which is a bit unusual, I must say, but it is certainly capable. I wonder if it's going to require any driver installation. And once I open that up, there is a driver, and I'm assuming this is a little bit of a storage in here, and it includes a couple of drivers for me to install in order to have this working with this teleprompter. Before I do that, I do want to jig my own setup. So perhaps this is a little bit unconventional because I don't want to be installing unique driver onto my computer unless that is the only way to make this product work. But one end is USB Type-A, nothing special. The other end is USB Type-C, again, nothing special. And this can be connected to any power brick or some kind to provide the power to the monitor. So I'm gonna connect that USB Type-A cable onto the laptop, and this again doesn't carry any data through, it's just powering it on, and perhaps it's gonna say no signal as I expected. And then here is a short cable. One end is HDMI full size, and the other end is mini HDMI, which is gonna connect to this side because the monitor supports mini HDMI, and then full size HDMI connected to the laptop. So the laptop is gonna push the display out, and it works. So this is now connected, and that's probably how I'm gonna connect my setup over here. For Neewer, my sort of feedback is that instead of this cable and complicated driver, I would prefer to have a dedicated mini HDMI to HDMI cable with the separate USB Type-A to Type-C cable. I'm sure you had some reasons to do that. Perhaps connecting one cable USB Type-A is simpler for some folks, and I kind of agree with that too, but I prefer this driverless method where I just have 2 cables going to it and it just works natively. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna set it up on my own main setup. So give me some time as I adjust all of that. I'll come back to you. Alright, since then I have made some adjustments to my overall setup. This is not ever going to be final. I will always be improving my setup, but let me just kind of go over what's happening here. So over here you can see the teleprompter that has been installed. The image is currently being reflected off of here, and there is the camera behind it. You can kind of see it there. And notice how I have mounted a microphone here by adding a cold shoe next to the base. That cold shoe is just being held on by VHP tape, which is basically strong double-sided tape, and you can see that the connection to this display is via this mini HDMI cable, and the power is through that USB Type-C cable over there, and that is all being connected to my desktop that is underside of this desk. And that flap is actually up because I just wanted it to kind of push forward onto the monitor, because sometimes this standing desk is not as stable and it just had a little bit of forward and backward movement, and that kind of helps to improve that wobble that may be introduced during the shoot. And I have just a big monitor here in case I need to kind of review things very quickly. Then I can see things duplicated over here. When I'm actually reading text or a script, then I'll be reading off of here. But if I'm needing to just monitor myself, then I can just go ahead and drag myself down here and then maximize so I can actually monitor myself and look at myself whilst I am shooting and maintaining the eye contact. Let me go ahead and move myself over again just so that I can just read this text off and close this video. So here we go. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please don't forget to like this video and consider subscribing to my channel to continue watching these type of videos. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye.